nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
Character that we've kind of known him to, you know, whether it be certain parts of books or whether it be just from season for season or something.
I think that Shadowhunters does a great job of making every character well-rounded. Like, they get an idea of who everybody is, and there's not really, even though it's, you know, focused in its Clary's story, I feel like we really get to connect. And how was that for you guys to like be able to really dive into your character?
I think that's what this season's really about. The second season, we're going into each character in depth. We're learning, like so we're learning a lot about Magnus. We get to see Luke in a new way. We get to learn a lot about Luke, how he is, who he is, how he became who he is, and then it's very cool that we really get to learn about these people in a new way.
That was very important for the writers and for us, I think, to really have that.
So Isaiah, you mentioned in the panel that we're going to get a little more Lucilin, right? Yeah.
You'll definitely get that.
Okay, so they've had this relationship.
Yes.
Are we going to get more of the flashbacks of who they were? And then going forward, you mentioned tension.
Well,
so I just assumed it was going to be lovey-dovey, but you suggested otherwise. Yes.
I think you're going to see a lot of changes. Definitely, you're definitely going to see some flashbacks. I can tell you that. In fact, I just finished shooting one, so you get into a little bit of Luke's early history in New York City. But the relationship, like I said on the panel, all relationships have ups and downs, and you know, there's peaks and valleys. You're definitely going to see Luke and Jocelyn go through some ish. Like they, you know, but it's, you know, Clary's at the middle of it. You know, it's basically like, you know, two parents talking about how they're raising this child in this shadow world. So I mean, I don't want to say like Luke is a full-on parent, but he is. You know, so you're going to see where they can kind of conflict and where they agree.
Did you guys have any freedom to kind of bring something new to the character yourselves? Almost like an improv thing?
I know with Simon, they sometimes, only sometimes if we have time, they'll let me have a take. They say, you have the freedom here.
Okay.
For the first time, I got that a couple minutes ago with Maya shooting for one of our scenes in Simon's van, where they were like, you know what, you guys take this one and run, because we got what we need now. So we get some improvisation there. As far as the way the characters are being built, it's collaborative to an extent. They come to you and say, hey, this is what we want, this is what we're looking at, what we're doing. And naturally, because Simon is mine, I get to be like, yeah, totally agree. You know, I don't know if that path is the best. I think I agree, but maybe we can take, instead of going directly this way, just
so they allow you creative input.
It's a conversation. It's a conversation. Yeah. They definitely listen, which is really
you're allowed to have the conversation.
Yes.
You know, whereas I think on some shows that may not be the case.
Well, I mean, you are taking it from a book, but I feel like you guys are definitely going a different routes than the book.
Yeah, because it has to feel natural. I mean, there's certain things that, like, things from the book that are put into the scene might not completely fit, and we don't want it to look like we're just trying to force it in. So there has to be like an organic feel to what that situation is and how it would play out with certain characters.
What was your favorite thing to film so far?
Wow. Season one?
As of yet.
Or so far in season?
Or as of yet. As of yet.
I have to say, the scene that I just filmed with Maya recently was probably one of the most touching and more like, whoa, scenes that I've filmed with Shadowhunters. It was really deep. It was really deep.
And then after that, you get to know a lot of history. For me, you know, we've gotten to have like a lot of emotional scenes and humorous kind of like scenes, but that for me was when the anger of Magnus there's a scene where you get to see the angry side of him and what he's capable of with his magic, and I think that was really fun to shoot because it's a totally different side, and I got to bring out a different element than just vulnerability, or you know, it was more of like this. Don't mess with Magnus, and I feel like it was really nice to see that.
For me, it's anytime Simon starts to try to own the small vampire traits that he never has. One, because a lot of that sometimes entails like a wire work or some sort of stunt, but also it's because it's that that growing confidence. It's like, oh, I can do this now. Can I do this? And I like playing with that. Where can I push Simon? How far does he want to go?
I think Shadowhunters. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I think he's just doing an incredible job with that character. Like every time I see him,
I agree.
in a scene with him, he's taking that character not in like a typical way of like what a vampire would do, but I think he owns it, and it's always so enjoyable because it comes from such a grounded place. So it's really
Fans are really defensive of your acting.
Yeah, I would
If
say
anybody
fan
talks
favorite.
smack, like they just come in waves like, no, not Alberto.
as they should.
Sorry guys, that's all the time we have.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, guys. Take care. Okay. Good luck with